Yeah, I think we should stop here because it's getting too toxic here.
got that vibe, baby. Look at me, look at me, look at me, nudge. Look at me, look at me.
Hey guys, it's David, and woo! What you saw right there was, I think personally, the
Biggest collab in K-pop history.
Big Bang's Taeyang and BTS's Jimin. They actually sing and dance together. So, according to the press, within an hour of its release, Vibe charted into all of the top spots of Korea's largest music platforms and topped the iTunes charts in 60 countries. It first entered the Billboard chart's main single chart Hot 100 on January 28th as number 76. So, let's read some reviews from the media and critics. First, as if reminiscent of the music video for Eyes, Nose, and Lips, Taeyang starts with his shirt off. One might think this is exactly what we wanted to see from Taeyang. After a brief blackout, Jimin makes a heavenly appearance and Jimin's voice changes the mood of the entire song and enriches the song. Taeyang and Jimin singing and dancing together creates a hip-hop duo feel and boasts an exotic style, from The Culture Daily. And next we have Jimin's vocals in the second verse brings out a more innocent and young tone to the song, which contrasts really nicely with Taeyang's vocals. If I had to make some sort of complaint about Vibe, it is that I found it to be too short. Overall, I find this music video to be an example of simplicity done effectively. 9 out of 10 from kpopreview.com. So, it was Taeyang's first solo song in 6 years and Jimin participated as a featured artist, so obviously K-pop fans showed explosive interest. The internet broke when everybody saw the two legends get together, including me. However, this collaboration also ignited an unexpected vibe as well among a number of, I think it's safe to say, toxic armies and VIPs. Actually, bad blood between the two fandoms isn't something new. We all know that Toxic Army and VIP have been fighting on the internet for a while. We're all tired of it, right? But what really added fuel to the fire was the recent collab Vibe and probably this Suchita interview with Suga and Taeyang. While the interview touches a lot of deep subjects like music, their careers, and the Vibe collaboration itself, Suga was spotted being constantly nervous in front of Taeyang. I mean, who wouldn't be? Along with this comment, him saying, "It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that Big Bang practically made BTS. You were musicians that I aspired to be like as a kid." And everybody knows that VIPs have claimed that BTS loved Big Bang so much and looked up to them as role models. Many armies have rebutted, saying that BTS only mentioned Big Bang during their early debut days. And now, as Big Bang got hurled into many social controversies, BTS no longer looks up to them after surpassing them. However, Suga's recent interview contradicted those claims, and Suga went on praising Big Bang Taeyang over and over again, mentioning how all the members love Big Bang and their songs, and how they all sang Bang 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 100 times at the noraebang and memorized the entire choreo, how Jimin studied Taeyang and even copied the way Taeyang talked in the past, and how they watched Big Bang's Mama stage and pledged like, "Let's become singers like them." So Suga basically went on and on praising Big Bang in the interview, explaining how they are so legendary. Of course, Taeyang was humble about these comments and responded back that BTS has been doing a lot better than Big Bang, which is a fact. So while normal fans were enjoying this meaningful moment, I was totally touched by the interview. I think it was so deep, so much value, and
One of the most iconic interviews in K-pop history.
honestly. But anyways, the two legends showing respect for each other, that is brilliant. Underneath all this respect, there were some displeased fans, as always. And you might ask, why even give these toxic fans attention? I understand. But I personally think, as an army and VIP, that these fans are diverting the positive energy and are creating unnecessary problems, and while ignoring them might be the best option, I believe that calling them out for their negativity and silencing them is the right thing to do in the long run, to make a healthier K-pop fandom culture, which will not be criticized by the Western media anymore. So, today, let's investigate what these toxic fans have been saying about this epic collab. So first, there were the usual toxic armies and VIPs debate about who paved the way, who's more successful, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. Let's read some tweets. BTS are responsible for their own success. Big Bang never promoted or talked about them. Anyway, BTS paved the way. I agree. As a VIP, that's the fanboy speaking. Big Bang laid the framework, but BTS also worked hard to reach where they are now. I admire that he has the humility to know who has also contributed to their success. BTS doing better than those flops. But Big Bang is only famous for drugs and hashish. Oof, okay, we're getting, into that toxic area now. Now, y'all BTS fans can stop arguing down everyone every time someone says Big Bang paved the way, cause they literally did. People in the comments getting bold, remember that BTS is the biggest boy group in the world, a feat which your faves were never able to achieve. They have achieved things your faves couldn't even dream of. Yeah, even Suga admitted Big Bang paved the way for them. You must have been longing to use pave the way against BTS. Lol, let Big Bang pave their own way first before paving it for BTS. They were mere inspirations to BTS and Suga just gave them their flowers. Nothing more, nothing less. At least Taeyang became an army, so we're good. Don't make a big deal out of it. Suga means they inspire them, that's all. BTS made themselves from scratch. Nobody helped them grow bigger and bigger. Inspiration is not the same as making. Armies found crying in the corner, LMAO. Suga ended them. Imagine years of denying that Big Bang is the reason why they have BTS, but the word itself came from their idol. Okay, yeah, I think we should stop here because it's getting too toxic. And furthermore, surprisingly, there were even toxic armies going against Suga and criticizing his behavior and words. Thank you, Suga, to be criminal stans. Suga, tell us again, who practically made you and your group BTS? Big Bang? Seriously, you should have just kept your mouth shut. I'm not hating on anyone. I love Suga, but as an army, I would say we didn't work so hard to bring every success for them to easily give credit to others who did not achieve what they had achieved. Both are popular but in different ways, so this words was not needed. I can't ever understand why BTS members downplay their achievements and boost others. I guess they're just humble. And lastly, there were toxic fans that were spreading the narrative that Taeyang was using Jimin for clout. Y'all just use Jimin for the clout and the streams. Don't think we don't see it for what it is, the black label and real Taeyang. Mwahahaha, ahahaha. Taeyang is an ajashi, he needs clout more than Jimin. It should be Taeyang approaching Jimin and not the other way around. Jimin has topped the reputation ranking brand in Korea for 45 months. I'd rather COVID armies say I don't know much about him than go out of your way to say Taeyang is irrelevant or he's using Jimin for clout. It goes to show that y'all stay ignorant, entitled with cult mentality. This collab should be nothing but celebrated. Act accordingly. Yeah, I definitely agree to the last one. So on the contrary to these toxic fans, of course, let me say clearly that the majority of both fandoms are mature towards the issue and they're all celebrating, supporting the collab. And many fans also acknowledge that the toxic fans are a problem as well and that the fan wars need to stop. So seeing the toxic fans, it's really hard to understand why they cannot understand the concept of mutual respect. I'm pretty sure they have seen the recent interviews and interactions of Taeyang and Jimin praising each other. And apparently Jimin worked so hard for the collab that he even lost 6 kilograms and complimented Taeyang's dance, saying, Taeyang's dance is on a different class. I'm learning from him every second. Jimin went on saying that he was such a big fan of Taeyang and that he was so happy to do the collab. And Taeyang also responded that he was grateful that Jimin liked him and wanted to collab 2 years ago, and it finally happened. Now, as both artists have asked their fans to love the song, armies are actually helping to make the song trend up till now with the hashtag #BringBackTheVibe. Also, mature armies are getting to know about Big Bang better and are showing respect as well, thanks to Jimin and BTS's love for them throughout their career. I think everybody can agree that both groups were legendary and had their own contributions to K-pop, and it's pretty much useless to compare. And I saw an interesting comment somewhere saying it's like comparing Maradona or Messi or Michael Jordan against LeBron. Just like that, time and era, environment, achievements are all different, but I think the amount of effort and talent should be the focus and appreciated regardless. So in conclusion, while covering this case and researching this issue, I could pinpoint 2 parties to be criticized. I'm calling you out. Firstly, it's some particular media and articles that circulate provocative headlines or put too much highlight on a comment that is bound to create buzz and conflict. I guess this is how the news works to some extent, but it's definitely not something to be advocated. Second is obviously the toxic part of the fandom. I know that the bigger the fandom, inevitably there will be toxic, immature fans, but one thing I've realized with this collab is that there has been significant progress among the two fandoms due to the collab. The majority of the two fandoms have started to both respect each other and their artists, and they have also started to call out the toxic fans within the fandom and watchdogging them. So I just wanted to end this video with these awesome tweets. I wonder why the hell toxic armies and VIPs don't listen to what artists say. The guys look up to each other, and certainly Big Bang was inspiration for BTS. I think anyone who spends time on the internet having these fan wars are a bunch of idle kids who have nothing else to do with their lives. K-pop idols admire and respect each other while their fans have wars on the internet over the smallest issues. Yoongi said, "Fuck fan wars. He is so iconic." Amen. So that was it. What do you think about this collab? Do you agree that it was absolutely legendary, and would you want more interactions between the two groups? I personally want GD to collab with, I don't know, Suga or V, and damn, that would be just epic. So if you like this video, try this one out too. Also, don't forget to subscribe to see more of these type of videos on K-Pop Herald. See you next time.